Hi, my name is EJ Massa. I'm doing today's shoot in a studio, so the lighting is slightly better. So don't worry about it. I said don't worry about it. Episode 3 of Season 1 kind of feels like just a standard episode of Game of Thrones. And what I mean by this is there's no huge revelations, you jump around from story to story, a few cool things happen to move things along, and there's a couple great character moments. We usually call these kind of episodes table setting, setting up the plates for the meal to come. And that wasn't really a problem in earlier seasons because the writing was so rich.
And how do a bear's balls taste?
While in the newest season, a table-setting episode can kind of be a dud. Leaves you feeling very unsatisfied at the end of your Sunday. Ned arrives at King's Landing, and you can already tell this place is way different than Winterfell. The architecture's different, palm trees everywhere, and they dialed in a warmer color temperature in their editing software. No overly blue casts here. This dude greets Ned and says Maester Pycelle has assembled the High Council and is waiting for him. Oh honey, what are you wearing? How brutish. Let's get Stacey and Clinton in here. Yes, I'm making a what not to wear joke in a Game of Thrones review. I know it was canceled in 2013. It's on my DVR. Go watch it later. Ned enters the throne room and finds Jaime sitting there, which is actually a fun allusion to Robert's Rebellion, where Ned storms the Red Keep, and when he enters the throne room, he sees Jaime sitting in the Iron Throne after he killed the Mad King Aerys. Of course, after that, Jaime and Ned engage in some dick measuring.
What's the line? The king shits and the hand wipes.
In the books, this expression is actually the king eats while the hand takes the shit, which I think is a more apt allegory because Bobby B indeed enjoys all the comforts of eating while Ned has to deal with all the messy shit. Although analyzing the TV show, Robert does create a lot of mess, the shit, and the hand does clean it up, a wipe. So I guess either expression works. And they both involve poop, which is funny.
Because poop is funny!
Jaime tries to find some common ground by saying he pretty much avenged Ned's father by killing the Mad King. Ned's like, oh yeah, well, you're a pussy. I was actually slightly more sympathetic to Jaime on this rewatch. Lysa's letter to the Starks really poisoned Ned and Kat's minds, so Ned just comes off as a huge dick for no reason. I mean, we as an audience know that he pushed a kid out the window, so I guess we shouldn't be that sympathetic. At the small council, Ned is all business and a complete sourpuss. He's introduced to Varys and then Littlefinger, who's like, hi, I really want to bang your wife. Nice to meet you too. Ned asks, hey, isn't Bobby B supposed to be here? And everyone laughs and laughs and laughs. No, seriously, we do everything. So let me tell you about some stupid fucking expensive thing that Bobby B wants. And Ned is like, how the hell are we paying for this shit? Littlefinger sheepishly slides over a box of maxed out credit cards. Oh, Ned's pissed. You know what? No more fun. I'm canceling Netflix, Amazon Prime, that monthly farm share you don't use, and HBO. Cersei tries to make Cunty feel better by telling him chicks dig scars. Cunty says something cunty. In this scene, we see exactly how Cunty got so cunty. Because Cersei's style of parenting is absolute dog shit.
If you'd rather fuck painted whores, you'll fuck painted whores.
She's one of those parents that absolutely spoils her child and then is completely shocked when the child shows no restraint or willpower. How did this happen?
Everyone who isn't us is an enemy.
Now there's a solid character mantra for Cersei right there. Arya is mad and stabby because the butcher boy is dead. Mad and stabby is basically Arya's character mantra. Ned tries to connect with Sansa with a gift of a doll. And I understand Sansa. I once got a Power Ranger toy when I was way too old to play with it. And I still played with it a lot because it took me a long time to get a girlfriend. I'm not really sure how this story connects with this. You get the feeling that Ned interacted with his daughters like 3 times before the show started. He's still figuring this shit out. Luckily, Arya is into swords and murder, and Ned can handle that. Maybe because he and his sister Lyanna were so close, and Arya is so much like Lyanna. You know, a tomboy. Arya's pretty pissed about her friend's death, and she hates everybody. Ned's like, you think stuff is bad now? Don't worry, shit always gets worse. By the way, did you know we're in a filthy den of evil? So keep that sword. You'll definitely need it later so you don't get murdered. Bran is depressed because he's all crippled in bed. Oh, fucking old Nan, you dirty wench. Talk scary to me. So Nan talks about White Walkers and giant spiders, and Bran's like, yeah, I'm so spooked. Keep going, Nan, I'm almost there. Then Robb bursts in and, Robb, you're totally ruining my future. ear boner right now. Kat and Roderick arrive in King's Landing, and like within seconds, some dude hands her a piece of paper to go to a whorehouse. That reminds me of my time in Las Vegas. Kat shows up and Littlefinger dismisses his reading whore. Go away, reading whore, go. Uncle Fester shows up through the beaded door and impresses them with his NSA knowledge of their travels. Oh fuck, my browser history. Here's the funny thing about Littlefinger this season. He doesn't put on that villainous accent that sounds like every word is twisting his mustache. It's pretty subdued here. Littlefinger says the dagger belongs to him. I mean, the weird little imp. Cut to the weird little imp. John fights real good and angry, which pleases Dr. Steve Brule's brother.
How to teach you the 3 techniques that make my system the most effective.
Pycelle gives Ned a note. Littlefinger shows up and is like, I gave your wife a secret note last night. You got Ned testy. Ned's been testy all episode. I know he's in a fish out of water scenario, but he's acting like a real crabby pants.
Quick tempers, slow minds.
Wait, who the fuck are you talking to? This isn't a Shakespeare play. No sides allowed. No. All the boys are mad at John, and he's completely surprised nobody likes him after mercilessly beating the shit out of them. The boys start to attack him, and Tyrion intervenes and threatens to sick the worst person you can threaten to sick on someone, Cersei. Fuckers must have seen the season 6 finale. John's like, oh, they only hate me because I'm perfect, I'm a perfect boy. Yeah, sure you are, hot stuff. Duh. Back in the brothel, Littlefinger's accent travels around a bit. Ned's like, can we trust this accent?
He's like a little brother to me, Ned. He would never betray my trust.
Soon I'll be a brother with benefits. Cersei's finally mad at Jaime for trying to kill a 10-year-old boy. Or maybe not killing him well enough. Jaime's like, relax, but Cersei has no chill. And like all Cersei and Jaime scenes, things end kind of violent and sexual. Ned says goodbye to Kat and vows to solve this case.
This is a very complicated case.
Meanwhile, Bobby B is getting drunk and talking about murder. As usual.
They never tell you how they all shit themselves.
If I had to sign Bobby B's yearbook, I would sign it, don't ever change. This episode really makes me miss Bobby B with his classic lines.
Lancel Lannister. Who named you? Some half-wit with a stutter.
Not satiated, Robert beckons Jaime into the room so he can talk about murder. And they're all murder friends with each other. Laughing, talking about murder. I love this show.
What did the Mad King say when you stabbed him in the back?
He said the same thing he'd been saying for hours. Burn them all.
Burn them all!
Zooming out of the current season, it's amazing how these shadows of the past keep coming back to haunt our characters. You have allusions to Jaime's recollection of the Mad King and Bran's dreams. And you have Cersei basically fulfilling the legacy of the Mad King. And it's Jaime who comes back at the end of season 6 and sees that Cersei has basically done what he fought so hard to prevent. Dany and Jorah are talking on the road, and it's a good thing Jorah is here to be the master of exposition of Dothraki culture. She stops the horde and goes off into some grass and is confronted by her douchebag brother. A Dothraki man stops him and he's like, so how dead do you want him? Super dead? A little bit dead? Medium dead? Don't hurt him. You want him unmurdered? In a state of non-dead? This doesn't make any sense. Viserys throws a huge tantrum and like any toddler, it's best to ignore him. John takes an elevator to the top of the wall. So do they keep a guy here to turn the elevator thing? Do they keep him there at all times? John meets Benjen, who says he's going out on arranging and won't be back on the show until season 6.
We'll speak when I return.
Oh, come on, this shit again?
The next time we see each other.
We'll speak when I return.
Goodbye forever, I guess. Tyrion's getting on well with Yoren. Tyrion really hits it off with these joking scoundrel types. You gotta love the joking scoundrel types. Benjen comes in to lecture them, but Tyrion makes fun of his beliefs of magical snow people. Stupid, superstitious Benjen. Dany's getting her routine braids, language lesson, and boob squeeze. Uh-oh. Quick, the Khaleesi needs a gallon of Haagen-Dazs and 3 jars of pickles. Hey, does there look like there's a 7-Eleven around here? She's knocked up, man. Pregnant, huh? I gotta tell King Robert. take a piss. In a nearby town with a post office. Jon realizes he can use his violent rage for good and train people, making Papa Tyrion proud. These old men tell Tyrion to go tell his sister to ask for more money and men to fight magical spiders and snow people. Yeah, that'll go over well. Aquaman and Dany are snuggled in the comfiest looking pile of furs. Ooh. Oh hey, is that a bra line? Suspension of disbelief ruin. That's an imprint of a modern bra. I can't do it. There's way more people pissing in this show than I remember. Jon tells Tyrion that he'll miss him, and to say hi to Bran for him. Tyrion says Bran will be fine.
If you're going to be a cripple,
It's better to be a rich cripple.
Cripple? That's not the preferred nomenclature. It's disabled. Or no, it's differently abled. No, maybe it's person with disability. You know, I don't know what to call cripples anymore. Arya suddenly runs into Puss in Boots.
9 years, Sirio Farrell was first sold to the Sea Lord of Bravos.
This dude is from Bravos? I don't remember people in Bravos talking weird. Okay, there's that guy, but that's a different kind of weird. But what I will say about this scene is that it's greatly enhanced by George R. R. Martin's dialogue, something sorely lacking in later seasons as they go more and more off book. It's an amazing scene, and that shot at the end where Ned's watching his daughter and she's learning how to fight and he's hearing the battle sounds in his head, it kind of takes on a new meaning in this rewatch. He could even be recalling the battle right outside the Tower of Joy right before his sister passed away. It's a good episode even though nothing really that huge happens. Maybe Dany finding out she's pregnant, but just lots of good character moments. We discover a lot about our main characters that carries over into even the current season. Jon figuring out how to be a leader, Cersei laying out her manifesto of crazy, Arya learning how to murder, and we see our first glimpse of Jaime as a sympathetic character with his recollections of the Mad King. Lots of little micro scenes and jumping around a lot, which, given the limited scope of this first season, isn't much of a problem. In later seasons, it does become a problem. Okay. Got my dunks. Got my dunks. It's over.